Sup guys, welcome back to another episode of the Unmute Podcast with myself and Dan.
You're right.
Today we're, because all the school trips this year have been cancelled, we're going to be looking back on some old school trips. So it starts in year 4 with York. Went to York for how long was it? Like one night?
Yeah. 2 nights I think.
Yeah, 1 or 2 nights.
The weekend actually might have been.
We went to York Dungeon and stuff, and everyone in the gift shop after, there's little toy
the wooden swords
and the wooden.
Yeah, I think I got a bow and arrow as well.
The wooden bows.
Yeah.
Everyone bought that. I went full extra though. I bought a bow, I bought a full-side sword and 2 daggers. Because I'm extra.
I think I bought a dagger and a sword. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, literally everyone spent hundreds at that gift shop.
Oh yeah, they must have made bank.
Yeah, but we were in the dorm room in the hostel we were staying at. And at 2 a.m. we all got woken up because there was this person knocking on our door, and we kept opening them, but they were we couldn't see anyone. And then we planned this massive ambush. So we all actually bad men. We get our wooden swords and wooden bow and arrows, and then we go outside and we see one of our mates knocking on the door, and we arrest him with the mad wooden swords. I remember thinking I was so cool.
And
we're turn around, turn around. I want to see your hands. Oh man. That whole York trip, that was actually funny.
It's something special.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure one of the friends we were staying in the room with, you know what I'm talking about, Tom.
Yeah.
Cut the battle, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It sounds like something else. But I'm pretty sure weren't they getting really mad? Wait, okay, just call the shout, but I'm talking about Joe.
Oh yeah.
You can go on because it's your story.
Yeah.
Just say one kid was getting really mad.
Oh, but there was one kid in our room, and he got so depressed. He was he was threatening to tell the teacher at 2 a.m. because this kid was knocking on our door. Obviously me and Dan, we chose the bad man route.
Yeah.
Arrested.
And then there's another one of our friends as well.
Yeah. Oh man, and then. To be fair, that trip was on the whole decent, but
yeah, it's decent. But I think Year 6 Manor Adventure.
Oh.
Actually, wait, cut this. Let's just restart because I don't think we should say Manor Adventure.
Yeah.
Not because it's copyrighted, but it could
Yeah. Right, let's start again.
I'll introduce the Manor Adventure part.
Yeah.
Left off.
There you go.
Yeah. And do you remember in Year 6 and Year 8 we went to that adventure camp?
Yeah. Oh no.
That was a good trip.
It was alright, but the activities were so bad. There was high ropes, and that was the only decent thing.
The second time we went was better.
Yeah. Definitely.
But the first time we were a lot younger, so it was
yeah. The second time was quite funny.
The raft. I remember me and one of my mates. One day we did a canoeing kayaking.
Oh, and everyone purposely tipped the boats over.
Yeah,
and
but the kayak.
And the staff
everyone was tipping the
impressed.
canoes. Yeah, so everyone was tipping over the canoes because canoes are quite small. I think you tipped over a canoe. But the kayaks. Oh no, wait, no, other way around. You tipped over a kayak. I got mixed up. The canoes are massive, aren't they?
Yeah.
So me and one of my mates were the only people that did this. It was kind of an accident, kind of on purpose.
No, you turned over the massive canoes.
No. Yeah, we did. Yeah. So we were playing this dodgeball game in the canoes, and we wanted to fall in the water at some point because they said we couldn't go in the water.
Everyone did.
Yeah. So but we already did the kayaking and we didn't get an opportunity. We didn't get a chance to do it sneakily or whatever. So we knew this was our last chance. So we knew we were going to do it. It was our plan to do it, but we didn't mean to do it at that time. And so the balls came over came at us. You're allowed to catch them or knock them away. We both went to knock it away and went on one side, and the whole thing just completely flipped over. And like it was impossible. The water was. I didn't expect it to be as cold as it was. It was like quite a nice day, so I thought it'd be quite refreshing. But my God, when we were in the water for like 5 minutes, so I was freezing.
I remember playing Tig like in the kayaks, and like I stood up in my kayak and like jumped over onto somebody else's kayak and tipped the whole thing over. Oh.
Yeah, and then in year 6 when we did the kayaking,
I think
I fell in that time and it was lovely. They made us jump in.
Yeah, I think
It was
both
really
times
hot.
everyone was just trying to like tip the boat over so they could fall in.
But not many did. I think how many people actually went in? Me and my mate on the canoe did. You and your mate did on the kayak.
Yeah.
Was there anyone else that went in?
No.
So we were the special ones.
No, but I remember like the second time we went, it was like the night of the big, it was like the second David Hay, Tony Bellew fight. And some kid in like a different cabin. We were staying in cabins, and like the rules were
This was the second
after
time.
a certain
right?
time, you
Just-
weren't
yeah.
allowed to leave your cabin at night. And one kid in another cabin had like downloaded a stream of the fight. So I remember like running half like way across the like the site to go into some other kid's cabin to watch the fight. And then we were being too loud, so one of the teachers came in and I had to like dip under this kid's bed, and she like turned the lights on and I was like laying right in front of her under the kid's bed, and she didn't see me. It's like 3
That's
a.m.
fine. I didn't know about the fight. I'd have come in the fucking cabin with you guys.
Because we were like cheered when Bellew won.
Oh yeah.
And then she came in. I shit
I have a
myself.
similar midnight story. So on that same time, I brought a portable speaker. Probably one of the biggest regrets of my life, because one kid, actually the same kid we arrested that time in York, was in my cabin, and he decided every night we were there for a bit longer the second time. Every single time, every night and day, every opportunity, he basically connect to the speaker and play a variety of sounds. And let's just say in the middle of the night, he was playing certain sounds and at a very loud volume. This was at like 4 a.m. And so every cabin had like 4 rooms, and our cabin had 4 rooms, but we only had my group and a teacher in our cabin. Ours wasn't full, so we're blasting it, and the teacher comes around, knocks on our door at 4 a.m. It's like, "You boys are being very loud and you're playing some very strange noises." And that happened a couple nights, but yeah. And what else? I mean, he just played music at like very loud times, and I think also didn't some nights people go like in their pants and run between cabins and stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember we made a whole thing. We were just doing like a death run. There was like,
Oh yeah, we had to go to the dryer.
Yeah. I remember the teacher that was like in our cabin, we'd just been like the canoe and kayaking thing, and we're all in our pants, and we were running across the site in our pants when you were meant to like.
There was like an
wrap a
outdoor
towel
drying
around you.
room. There's like an outdoor drying room. We had to leave our
Like
clothes in.
sprinting around the camp in our pants.
I remember one teacher was getting really pressed, and he went around like every door having a massive go at
Yeah.
everyone for being in their pants. Oh man.
Minor adventures.
Oh yeah. In year 6, we stayed in. It's the same place, but instead of staying in the log cabins, we stayed in like a lodge place. Where when we went the second time, that's where all the girls stayed. And in my room, I actually wasn't with Tom this time, but in my room, so there was like a cabin facing out the window, and our room's window didn't properly close. So one of the kids was obsessed with horror movies, and he started telling all of us that Jason Voorhees lived in the cabin from Friday the 13th, lived in the cabin. So we were all getting proper scared and like shook about this. He was like obviously enjoying himself, and one night there was like a white plastic bag or whatever stuck to the side of it, and he was going, "It's his mask. He's looking at us. He's looking at us." And we all got so shook. And then he would like tap on the window at night and stuff like that, and he'd like climb out the window and stuff, tap on it.
No, I
we
remember
got
as
so
well in
shook.
year 6, like we were all sharing like one massive cabin, and we all went out into the corridor like midnight and played football with this teeny football in the corridor, and like the teacher, she came down and screamed at all of us.
Was this this year or that?
Nah,
not
this
this
was
year.
year 6.
Oh, year 6.
Yeah. We were playing football down this like teeny corridor and like slide tackling each other at midnight.
Oh, in the lodge
Yeah.
she played. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember if I played with you guys, but I can remember like.
Nah.
I remember. Yeah, we all were like watching. I think it was the World Cup, and we all wanted to watch it in the like there was like a main room with like a TV in that lodge, and we wanted to watch the match. And so the teachers like let us watch the match. They even bought like chocolate
Yeah,
and
with like
everything.
Capri Suns and stuff.
Yeah, and we were all watching the match, and we all kept screaming every time England
Yeah.
scored. And so they turned off the TV and they didn't let us watch it, and they got so pressed. They were getting so mad.
Now, do you remember at Manor Adventure in year 8 when there was another school there, and they were trying to organise like a massive football match, like 30 versus 30
Oh yeah.
between the other school,
Mm.
and then
Yeah.
like the teachers found out.
Oh yeah, because they gave us a lot more free time the second
Yeah.
time. They pretty much just let us do whatever we want. We could go anywhere the second time.
Do you remember on the zip line when there was one kid? Every other group except mine got like 7 goes each on the zip line, but we all got
I
one
only got
because there's
as well.
yeah. There was one
Was I
kid.
with you?
Yeah. There's one
Was
kid
I?
stuck at the top. Well, he wasn't stuck. He was at the top of he was ready to go on the zip line, and he was crying his eyes out. 'Cause he was scared to go, and after like 40 minutes, the instructor just pushed him off. And he was like screaming.
Oh man.
Oh, do you know what I miss? Trust me, I really miss drama and music, all those
Oh yeah,
the
we don't do
subjects you
them
can
now.
fuck about in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, music in year 7 when you'd use the sound effects on the keyboard.
Yeah. You know those 2 little private rooms in
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the music. Oh man.
Seriously.
Did
So
you ever
in
do
our school,
sh-
in our school we have in the music rooms there's 2 little private
and
soundproof rooms, and the
did
teacher
you
will
do it? Yeah.
randomly
Yeah.
pick a
Every
wheel.
week there was a random
Yeah.
wheel name generator. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you got so excited when you got picked, and you
Oh,
get to put
mate, it was the
5
most
people
gas.
to go in there.
It was this our thing was so broken. The same people got it every. I'm not. Even, it was always the same group of girls in my form. Got it every week. We went in twice in the year,
Yeah.
and they went in every week. It's so broken, so unfair. But yeah, oh man, you just go in there. If you went in there, you were sorted because you just go
Yeah.
on your phone for the whole lesson.
Yeah.
Teacher would do nothing.
You know, at the end of the music lesson when she play me what you've learned. And you
Just
just spam the keyboard with all those sound effects. You know that guys huh.
Yeah, yeah.
You just spam that. Oh,
And the demos
music
as
teacher
well.
did not
Full
care.
volume blasting
Yeah.
the demos.
Now you'd always play the demos or the loaded songs and pretend you were playing it.
Yeah. Playing it with my nose, guys.
Yeah. I remember once we went on GarageBand and we had 6 weeks to make the music to a movie trailer. And we put Fortiana by Blueface into GarageBand and added a trumpet line and said it was our own song. And we recorded our own vocals.
So I have a couple of stories actually to remind me. So guys, we had to do the same thing for Iron Man trailer.
Oh yeah,
And me
yeah,
and
yeah, that's
my
what we had to do.
friend, we basically just like got like the worst sounding sample sounds and then bass boosted them like 1,000 times on Audacity and then put them into GarageBand. So our trailer's just playing them all, do all these serious ones, and then ours come on and it's just like really high pitched flutes at like max bass and stuff like that. And she got a bit impressed with us for that. And we also had to do a Christmas like song. We had to write a Christmas song one year for Christmas. And so me and my friend, same friend, we wrote a parody to It's Every Day Bro by Jake Paul. It's Christmas themed.
Oh, music was like one of the best subjects. I remember, you know when you got like the
Can you hear me for a sec? I might cut out.
You know those like little...
Tom.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? So you have to redo that bit again. My mic completely cut out.
No, it's fine. We'll just keep it in. So do you know those like what are the bongos called? Like it's just one.
Tom, my mic went again. Can you just start again?
Yeah.
From where you were. Yeah, sorry.
So do you know those like they're called like a something? It's like a African drum. It's like a bongo kind of thing.
Oh, I can't remember what they're called. Yeah. But I know what you're talking about.
I remember whenever we got them, Miss would like show us videos, and she's like, "Don't play the bongos," and everyone would just slap the bongo as hard as they could. She was getting like so annoyed, and she sent a kid out because he like hit the bongo once when she was speaking.
Oh yeah, I think I got sent our music. We were doing ukuleles, and we got this random teacher. I think a teacher went on maternity leave or something, and we were doing diss tracks on the ukuleles, but the things we were saying were quite bad, and she overheard a bit of it. So I'm pretty sure me and my friend got sent out. I cannot repeat the things that were said.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, drama as well. How many times
drama.
the teacher said that like people in our class were making a mockery of the subject.
I never see. I had our school has 2 drama teachers.
And I got
actually,
the angry
I
one.
don't want to say. Actually, let's not say that. Bad one.
Yeah.
Our school has. Oh, let's just restart. Our school has 2 drama teachers. One's like she's a bit old. I think she retired last year.
Yeah, she did.
She's like quite sweet. The other one's quite serious and passionate about a subject.
Yeah.
So the other one had like quite a good sense of humour. She got a bit mad if you went a bit too far. Yeah. But overall, she was quite laid back, and I had her for every year we did drama until year 9. We stopped doing drama after that.
For every year. She absolutely. I wouldn't say hated me. To be fair, she hated everyone in our class that didn't do drama. But I remember, everyone. I remember we had to do this thing, and it was based off a story where some like teens had like got high and crashed a car, and everyone made it into a joke. People were bringing like bags of grass, and it's like, hey, yo, you want the smoke? And it fam.
We had to do. Go on, you finish yours, and I'll go with mine.
And no, that's what you had to do. You had to do like an interview of like the parents reacting to their kids' deaths. And one guy said, "I don't really care in it." You little snake, I don't care. And she sent him out, and she's like, "This is meant to be a really pure emotional piece, and you're making a mockery of drama."
We had to do a similar thing, but it was like some kids had thrown a block of concrete off a road rail and derailed a train, and we had to act it out in silence.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be all dramatic and like showing it for our moves. We were doing like Fortnite dances when we destroyed the train. We all did like take the L and T-pose and stuff like that. It's so cringy. And then she didn't get too pressed, but she had like a word with us after, because we did it for like 4 weeks, and it was like the first day, and she was like, if you need to like fix it for homework, if you don't fix it, then you're gonna get detention.
I remember when we had to do like the Jeremy Kyle show, our own version.
Oh my god, we did this.
One guy was Steve the bodyguard, and grabbed a girl, and instead of like pushing her back into the chair, he full on floored her.
We did it, but we had to do for Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
and I was Romeo. One of my mates was Juliet. All the girls were like the family, and this other kid in my form was the bodyguard, and another kid, the kid from the guy who was playing the noises on the speaker and got arrested in York. It's that kid again. He was like the guy that sold the poison to Romeo, but we made him like a drug dealer. And she wasn't very happy with that. He was like, "Hey, yo, fam, man's got the supplies." And then the bodyguard, and then and then at the end, so everyone died, and then the bodyguard accidentally killed me, and then the bodyguard committed harakiri, which is like a Japanese samurai suicide thing if they do something disrespectful. Committed harakiri out of respect for us.
God. Do you know what? PSHE, I missed that as well. Whenever you do sex education, did you get those videos of like Jake and something? It's like, oh my god, my pits are starting to smell.
Yeah.
Them videos.
They were something, man. Did you have to do about like, I don't want to go into too much detail, but do you have to do about like no texting? Let's call it that. Yeah. We had to watch some video, and it was
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, is it the one about the girl, and she's like, and then her boyfriend shows, the acting's terrible, and they're like, "Ayo, bro, show me them pics." Oh mate, I was creasing. And
I remember one, and it was about financial stability. It was Ben, this guy called Ben.
The prom thing. You had to plan out your prom, like while saving money.
Yeah, it's not that one. Yeah, we did. But it was Ben. He took this girl on a date to a kebab shop. And he didn't have any money left because he just bought the new Call of Duty. And he spent £10 on kebabs for himself and didn't buy his girlfriend a kebab. And it's like, Ben, while being quite rude, is saving his finances quite well. Now that planning for the prom one, people rank like.
You had to like save money. You had to spend under like 10,000. I ended up spending like 10 million.
One kid went, "I'm gonna go naked. I'm gonna hijack an ice cream van as my vehicle. I'm gonna punch the bouncer in the face and get free entry." And the teacher was like disturbed.
I said I was gonna buy the entire country of, I can't remember what it was now, but we had to like rack up our total bill. Mine was like either in the millions or billions. I like bought an entire country for like my it was like for my location or something in my
yeah. And
in my car I like bought a like Bugatti, like instead of renting. She was like, "Oh, why don't you rent it?" I was like, "Nah, renting." I was like, "Renting's trampy, miss." So,
do you know when you had to do like practice practice what's it called, CPR?
Oh my god.
One kid like couldn't get it to click, so he jumped on the dummy and popped it.
We were doing
the nurse got so mad.
We were doing like CPR. We started doing it on the face of the doll. And the head snapped off. And the nurse got pressed.
Oh,
nurse. Nah, school nurse.
Oh, school nurses.
Well, I don't know if all school nurses.
No, it is. You could come in like beheaded, and she'd say, "Just drink some water and come back at lunch."
I'll ring your mum so you can have some paracetamol.
Yeah. You could literally have been stabbed 8 times in the neck.
Alright, no, this is a true story. So I was outside the nurse because I wasn't feeling well, and this kid comes in from lunch. He said he thinks he's broken his finger from football, but playing football, like it fell over or whatever. She's like, okay, let me have a look. I saw it. I'm not joking. The bone was like just not out of the skin. It was like a massive lump of like white lump, literally just not through the skin. The bone sticking out, and she no joke. He's like, Miss, I think I need to go to hospital. And she was like, no joke. I'll give you a wet paper towel and ring your mum, see if you can have some paracetamol, and I'll go back to lesson.
Some kid could have been shot in the head, and she'd be like,
his fucking bone sticking out his finger, and she's like, oh, I'll give you a wet paper towel and I'll call your mum. Like, Jesus. Not a very good nurse, is she?
I remember when I was like coughing up sick for like an hour straight. She's like, no, I think you can soldier through the day.
She told my parents I was faking it.
Jeez.
And my dad was like, don't call my son a liar. He came and picked me up.
Oh, this is good.
I was sick in front of her, and because she didn't want me to go home, because she didn't like me, she was like, he's faking it. She watched me be sick. Not to go into too much detail, but
Yeah.
like, I have a story. This really annoyed me. I was off school because I was ill. I can't remember what was wrong with me, but I think I was just ill. And I was off for 2 days. The first day she was like, oh, fine, logged me in as ill. Second day, she started having like a go at my dad over the phone. Was like, what, like, why? My dad's like, I don't have to tell you that, he's just ill, and he's not coming in. So she put on the register, which is like a legal document.
Like unauthorized absence.
Yeah, no, she put an unauthorized absence. Reason, his father doesn't know what's wrong with him. Now that could have really seriously like got my parents in trouble.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like messed up.
that's
Can't really
really
do
bad.
that.
Didn't she a kid got a concussion and
Oh, kid in my form. He went 3 times, not in my form, but in my English. He went 3.
he like smacked his
every
head and he
time.
was like collapsing on the table.
Yeah, and then so my English teacher had to take it into her own hands to ring his parents on his to come pick him up because the nurse wouldn't send him home. And then as he was going home, he passed out and he had a concussion for 3 days. And the nurse wouldn't send him home. And she like looked at his head and everything.
Yeah.
She gave him I don't think she even gave him a wet paper towel.
Bro,
Like,
bro,
come
you
on.
only get a wet paper towel for a gun wound. I'll bring your mum.
like if I was like having some form of like problem in public and like, is anyone a doctor? And she's like, I'm a nurse, and I see her come over. I'm not joking. I know,
Oh my
I'm
God,
gone.
this is
I
bad.
I'm accepting death
Oh my God.
because I know I'm done.
You've been stabbed in public in a robbery.
Like lying in a pool of your own blood, and it's like, is anyone a doctor? You hear I'm a nurse, you're like, yes, I'm gonna live. She comes to you, you look up, you see her, you're like, fuck.
You're just like, damn, this is bad. I might need to ring your parents.
You know what? She's like, you know what? You can come work in my office for a couple of hours.
Come sit in my office with a wet paper towel. Come sip some water and you'll feel better at lunch and you're just like bleeding out. Oh man.
Oh man, yeah.
School nurse.
Something else, different breed. Tom, how long have we got? How long have
We're
we
on 28
recorded so far?
minutes.
28 minutes.
It's probably about
Alright.
27.
We
This
got a
one's
bit to
actually
cut out,
really
though.
funny
We've
so
got a few
far.
minutes to cut out. There's a few bits I'm gonna cut out. I'll edit this one.
You sure? Alright, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can edit the one we do tomorrow because you can
Yeah.
edit it when I'm on holiday. Yeah. Tomorrow I've got to do a bit of packing this. We'll have to knock it out.
Yeah. What else can we talk about?
Should we maybe finish up with a bit of TikTok news or whatever, and then
Yeah. I'm still
what
recording, by
what
the
could we?
way.
Yeah, so we can just call this out. It's only been like a minute. What can we talk about? TikTok. I don't. If we start talking about something that really serious, we're gone about for ages.
Yeah.
Do you want to like just do a quick Ian Moore or something like
Yeah.
that?
Okay. Alright. 3, 2.
Or do you want to
One.
just leave it? Do you want to just wrap it up now?
Nah, let's do TikTok. 3,
It'll probably be about
Yeah.
23. My mic's cut. Come.
It'll be Dan.
Wait,
Dan.
what are we doing about TikTok? My mic cut out. I couldn't hear that.
Ian Moore.
Alright, can I introduce this
Yeah.
one?
All right, 3.
Wait, who was
Just
just talking last actually? Was it me or you? It's both
Me.
of us, wasn't it? Alright, okay. Sugar?
Yeah.
Alright. In other things, TikTok, in particular
Yeah.
Ian Moore.
Yeah, you guys seem to like the TikTok segments that we do, so
We're gonna keep a TikTok
Yeah, we're
segment
gonna
in
keep
the
this,
episode, as long as there's something to talk about.
Mm.
But Ian Moore, he's a bit of a
yeah. If you don't know who he is, he's the self-proclaimed king of TikTok, and
so.
he's a creep,
Right, shall I
pretty much.
Shall I, so
Yeah.
okay, he started off, he did like these free shout outs from his comments, where people would like write names like Ben Dover and be like, oh, can you shout out my friend Ben Dover, or whatever, and like he would like, oh, this is a shout out to Ben Dover, or whatever, you know, they'd say like something stupid, and then, you know, he identifies as a washing machine or something like
Yeah.
that, and he'd do it like really seriously, and that's what like blew him up. And then recently he started getting really arrogant. Everyone started calling him the king in the comments as like
And
a
now he
joke.
wears a crown in every video.
Yeah, and he has like gotten just worse and worse. He's just deteriorated, and he's like, his true colours have really come out recently. I mean, on a live stream, he told someone, I'm not going to go into detail, but he basically told someone to self-harm and to end their own life.
Yeah, he thinks he's really rich, and he works at Sainsbury's, and he's like, I make $2
Yeah,
grand a week from my TikTok.
Yeah, $2 a week. Oh yeah, and he's made merch as well,
Yeah.
which my friend ordered some, and he got it today.
£15 for a pair of socks.
Pair of socks, yeah. And yeah, I'll ask him about the quality. Maybe we can do a quick update on next week's episode about quality of the merch.
But Ian, he's
a bit of a
creep. He's a bit
He's a
weird.
bit of a weird guy. Some leaked Instagram
Yeah.
voice messages as well. I don't really want to say what he said, but you can Google it if you really want to find out.
And now, by the way, his shout outs that used to be free are like 30 quid.
It's £15, I
15
think.
is
for a
it?
shout.
That's
Yeah,
still
it's
like
50.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. He brought up to 5 because he was saying he was getting too many.
Yeah. That's like
And
that's
because
fair
at the
enough.
time he was still like quite funny at the time, and he wasn't like arrogant. He seemed quite nice. So people didn't mind. He was like, I'm getting too many, and like, since I know like you guys are getting me say like ridiculous things, I want to.
I think TikTok should ban him.
Oh, he deserves to. He's proclaiming that he knows people at TikTok,
Yeah.
and he's saying he's getting people banned,
He
and like,
he also like gloats about how much money he has, even though Prop doesn't have any.
even though
Yeah, some people like were trolling him when he said, "Oh, you guys have no money, so you're all poor, which means your life sucks, and I'm rich, so I'm the real winner here." Something like that.
which there's nothing wrong with not having, but like he definitely isn't rich. I'm
No,
sorry.
Of course not.
Like, there's nothing wrong with this, but he like works at Sainsbury's, and you can't really proclaim you're rich if you work at Sainsbury's. There's nothing wrong with working at Sainsbury's or anything like that, but you can't really go around saying you're rich and calling other people poor.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a problematic guy,
Yeah, but on
and
the
he's trying to start beef with other TikTokers because they're calling him out
yeah, a lot of people have made videos
on
on
his
him,
bullshit.
and there's
yeah.
loads of like leaked Instagram DMs of him like messing
And now
with
he's like-
underage
and then-
kids.
Yeah, and then he's the Instagram DMs, some people are saying they're fake, and I don't really want to. Let's just cut this out. I don't really want to like say he's a nonce if he's not. Do you know what I mean? Because it's hard to tell with Instagram DMs that people aren't sure if they're real or not. The voice messages are real, obviously, but a lot of the DMs are faked. To be fair,
Yeah.
he's proved a lot of them.
Alright, sure. I'm just gonna do the outro. Okay. Or do you want to do it?
Can I do it this week?
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else? Bit of problem guy. Anything else, Tom?
No, I think that's it for today.
let's wrap up this week's episode then. I think we're gonna try and stick to a schedule of every Sunday.
Yeah, because we'll be going back to school soon, and that's probably the easiest day to do it for us.
And so we'll try and stick to every Sunday. We might occasionally have to weeks. We've got our GCSEs next year.
And
so
some weeks we might do more than one if we're just
we've got free time. We, as the podcast gains a few more listeners, may increase the duration of the episodes, but
and
we feel like
possibly
between
in
20
the
and
future
30 minutes.
we're looking to take guests.
Yeah, and video form.
Yeah.
Of the podcast, we may soon put it on YouTube.
Mhm.
Too. So that wraps up. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks.
Hope to see you next week, and
Alright, see ya.
peace.
See you in the next one.